I'm finally back from vacation after a long week with no Minecraft. It was absolute pain and suffering. No, I'm just joking. It was amazing on vacation, but it feels great to finally be back too. Finally been able to play some Minecraft. Now, I've done a little bit off camera before I start recording, namely just adding these like electricity lines, you could say. Because if you remember last episode, we built this amazingly normal starter base with inside nothing new from last episode, I think, with this tiny little setup here with just a press and a mixer, and then just this chain conveyor that was the plan to connect it to go further along, which I've done now. I made some electricity lines, or whatever you call them, going from here to over there, which is where my workshop is going to be, which we're going to be building today. Now, this design is pretty, like, I just whipped it up in a couple of minutes, so it might change throughout the future. It probably won't, knowing me. I keep saying that I'll change it, but I never do change anything. So we'll see if it stays the same throughout this whole series, but yeah, today we got plans to make this workshop, which is planning to go over here, connecting to this power line here, for now, I think. And then don't mind the schematic cannon over here, got a little big project planned over here too. Finally gonna be filling out some terrain, because this is very ugly. And I mean, I just love making terrain, so I mean, I had to make some custom terrain for this place. And I think it just looks absolutely awesome, and it just, oof, it's gonna go right here. I just can't wait to get it down. So that is my material checklist here. The first thing I want to do in this episode is just start on the workshop, as I'll definitely need the things inside the workshop for me to be able to build the massive terrain that I'm going to be planning on building later. And now for this like series, I think what we're gonna do is that we're gonna adopt this like inside out building style, where I just start by building the insides of my build first, like do the interior first, and then when I finish with the interior, I build the exterior, as I just think it'll be easier, you know, with all the machinery and all that stuff, to just get that in first and then build around it, so that I don't have to like ramp in a bunch of machinery into a tiny space. Just build outside of like all the space that I need. I mean, I'm just gonna start by laying down a pretty simple baseline. This is looking very bad right now, as I'm not kind of just filling in. I'm not really doing any texturing, so we just need to fix that later. But for now, I'm gonna just get down the base block. And that is the foundations in. Now I just need to texture a little bit. I get some really basic texturing later, and we got a little space to work with. I might need to expand it. I'm not entirely sure if this is big enough, but for now, this is enough to start with. Now, this is gonna be just a regular schmegular old workshop, so just including everything that I'm gonna need. I'm not entirely sure of everything that I'm gonna need. And just off the top of my head, I'm not gonna need fans. I'm gonna need, yeah, that's really all that I have off the top of my head. A crushing wheel. That's hard to think about. Okay, I'm just gonna repurpose this, make a new page. Okay, let's see here. We need, fans, crushing wheels, and then I added the oxidization mod so I don't have to wait. And then, okay, let's think here, let's think. Maybe what do you call them? Those things. The thing used to make rotational speed controllers. Oh my god. Yeah, rotational speed control thingies. Rotation, speed, control things. And then what else do we need? Maybe a deployer? I don't know what a deployer would be useful for, but not like a stripper. And then, okay, wait, let me look at the machines here. Oh, let's get out of here. Okay, where are the machines at? I think this is everything that I'm gonna need for the workshop for now. If I remember anything more, I'll of course add it as I go along, but let's get crafting. Now, I think I've crafted everything that I'm gonna need to start this workshop. I got everything that I need for the fans, except for water, but I'm just gonna switch it out with my lava bucket afterwards. I got the squirter, the spout, the crushing wheels. I had to make a whole flippin', what do you call it, mechanical crafting wheel, and like I ran out of power, so it's not looking good on the power front. So we might need more power for this place. But the first thing that I think I want to make is going to be the, what do you call it? Oh, something mechanical, I think. Let's look it up. Mechanical precision mechanism. That's what I was looking for. I want to make this first, just so that I can control the speed of the fans later, because I can't have them going at max RPM. That's just a waste of power. But for that, we're just gonna start with running the power down, I think. To there, and then let's get a vertical gearbox and run it like that. Let's think here. If the wall is going right here, I can build. Yeah, alright. I don't really know where the wall is gonna go yet, but just trying to imagine it. Okay, if we do that, and then I don't have belts on me. Okay, let's have it go right here, and then I need 1, 2, 3, boom, and that's finished. Okay, let's just mark up a little bit of space. Really hope this is spinning the right way. Oh, of course it isn't. The simplest thing would probably be to just go over there and change it, but that's a lot of work. So let's just plop in a gearbox right here, and that's that spinning the right way. I also need the... Oh my god, why am I so bad with names today? I need the funnels. I also need those. That's that mechanism hooked up, and I think that's all the space I'm gonna need. Oh, let's just shorten this belt a little bit. And then, yeah, we got boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Okay, it's a little while later since I actually did run out of iron. I desperately need to get this iron farm done, but we got iron now, which means that I can finally continue building here. So let's see. First of all, we need power into these guys. Now let's see, how do I want to do this when I also want to have a vault on the back side here? If I do the vault like this, and then we destroy you. Oh wait, that might not work. I might need to make a bigger vault. So can I make a 5x1 vault? I don't know. So then I wonder, can you just do like this? You go out, you go in. I wonder if that'll have time to plop down on all of them. Let's see, how am I gonna get power up? If I just do, so I got these encased chain drives. I'm gonna try to keep the profile as small as possible here. Okay, if I run an encased chain drive along the back of that, and like, can I rotate you to go downwards like that? You're still connected. And I think it'll be easiest if I just do a gearbox into that with a shaft. Yep, I do not have enough power. Yeah, they're all using so much on just on their own. Okay, let's try turning it to half speed and see if that gets me enough power. Half speed. Okay, half speed gets me power. Okay, let's test the limits. 160 is okay. 192 is okay. 224 is okay. Okay, so it's around here. And though this is obviously not going to be enough power for everything that I need, which means that I probably just want to add more water wheels. Oh, that is dark over there. Oh my god. See, I think I'm just going to add some more water wheels before I do anything more, just to make sure that I have enough power. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just crank it up to 256, and then I'll just go out and... Alright, what happened? I thought I had enough dirt. Alright, just break one of those. Okay. Let me get some more water wheels, and then hopefully we'll have enough power afterwards. Oh, of course it's raining, but I think I've doubled my power now. It seems everything should be running smoothly now. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think I doubled my power. So, hopefully I'll have enough for every single machine. I am pretty doubtful after running out of power after the first machine is in place, so it does not look good for me. But I should test this machine out to just make sure that it works. So it turns out I'm actually very stupid, as you don't need a press for this recipe. You need 3 deployers. I realized that now that I was gonna try and test it out, which means that I need to craft another what do you call it, deployer. No, at least I have the materials for it. Would have been bad if I ran out of materials. That was just, I wasted 9 iron, but soon enough I'll have one of those iron farms, and I won't have to worry about how much iron I use. Okay, now that everything is correct, I really hope that this is gonna work. Now, I do not have a sheet, but that is why I did it like this, because now I can just have a really quick way to get into my home, press it, and then we just take the chains back. Though I can admit that it would be a lot quicker if I just had the press over here, but isn't that a little bit cooler, you know what I'm saying? Well, I guess that's actually working. And then where does it go? It's in here, right? So how do I get the thingamabob? Because it shouldn't be going in a loop, but it's not going in a loop. Is it like stuck in here? What? Do I have it? No, I don't have it. Oh wait, it's right there. What's it doing laying right there? What's... That's kind of weird. Why are they just laying down on the floor? Yeah, I mean, that's obviously not gonna work. That's not gonna work either. That's kind of weird. But the machine works. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Alright, next machine. Now that I got that, I don't have any brass on me, which kind of sucks, but we could do the encased fans here. I'm gonna need to put it one further out though, so I can run power along the back here. Oh yeah, we can just connect it up right there. Alright, now let's do campfire, and then I'll do like that. And I'll do water right there, and then I just need like something to block off the lava. Let's see if I can find. I just need like a trapdoor or something. I just have to use a pressure plate to hold in the lava. It's very small, and yeah, I can just hide it with something else. It's copycat, so I can just put like a block of whatever that is, cut stone, I think it was, and just put it there, so it'll be a lot more hidden. That is all of the fan things that I need. I'm just missing the water, but now we need to figure out power for this. And let's see here. Yeah, is that's gonna be the power. Can I use a gearbox like that? And then, how am I gonna connect? Maybe it'll be easier if I actually connect the rotation speed controller up here. Then I do U. Let me get some more chain drives. Okay, so it is that's the connection point. Can I do like that? Yes, I can. And then I go along like that. Now that is, these guys aren't powered, so you can't connect it like that. That work? No, that doesn't work. Okay, so I finally figured out how to get power to all of them. It's just going the wrong way, but that isn't really a problem. But all I had to do was just spam down a bunch of these, what are they called? Chain conveyors, no, chain drives. And then it just kind of worked. It connected up, but all I did was put a vertical gearbox here. And then I just placed down the chain drives along here, and then I placed that one like that, and it worked. So lucky me, I guess. Oh, that's pretty ugly though, having that hole there. Let me just get some dirt. And then of course we get stone revealed. Okay, there we go. That should be enough. And then like that. Okay, yeah. But as I said, it's going the wrong way. So let's just flip it. And that's good. Okay, now I need to make sure that I'm not getting burned. Now the input doesn't really matter, so I just have a little bit of some double chests here to have them go into, and then just to make it as cheap as possible, I do need across all of them, but these are an andesite ones, and I need to try to figure out a speed to where it goes slow enough to where it's done before it goes into those. But for that, let me just get some water so that I can test. Okay, now do I have anything that I can process in here? Yeah, okay, this stone is gonna have to do. I'm actually gonna need a stack of something. Right, how much is dropped out of a chute? The chutes are gonna go right about here with some barrels on top. Say I drop one stone into here. I think that's way too fast. Yeah, that is way too fast. Okay, let's slow it down a lot. Let's go down to like 1 RPM. Let's see how that looks if I just put one little stone in there. Here's a zombie. I have no idea where he is, but that is very annoying to listen to. Okay, that is like about halfway done. So let's say I put it up to 4 RPM. It would be nice if I could just pick this up. Oh, that's annoying. I just got every single debuff known to mankind here. Okay, let's see here. If I put one piece of stone into there, is it gonna be finished before it goes in there? Yep, that is pretty early too. Let's put up to like 8. Okay, I think I figured out the perfect speed for smelting or doing anything with a fan, a stack at a time. Right now it's at 6 RPM and it's finished a couple seconds before it actually goes into the funnel, but it is currently a thunderstorm outside, so let me just quickly sleep. You know, on the topic of thunderstorms and just nighttime in general, my villagers have slowly been dying off or turning into zombies. And I don't know why, because I do have him like pretty well blocked in. Like you can see him, he's a zombie. And I've just gone ahead and closed all the trap doors just to make sure that no more get turned into zombies. Though I mean, or it's not bad them turning into zombies, just them dying. I did lose a librarian, but luckily he was just a useless guy that hadn't gotten a trade yet. But, and then also 2 other villagers turned into zombies. Well, it looked like I cured them, and now I get like armor pieces. No, tools, that's what I was looking for just 1 emerald per piece, which is great. So, I mean, might turn the rest of my villagers into zombies too, but I can't really be bothered right now. Okay, that is one more thingamabobber done. The next machine that I want, let's see, what I have in my inventory. I have a saw. Yeah, that's a stripper. And then I also have the spout. which means I need water. And then also got the crushing wheel. But okay, the crushing wheel is gonna need a good bit of space and more rotational power than this. So let's see here. Let's get out of, I think this like line is pretty dead. So wait, we might actually, now to think about it, this should probably be last in like the assembly line because that's when I'm like slowing it down. Oh, but it's a pain to move it all and like redo everything. Let's see, is there a smart way that I can just like route the power? Maybe it would be cool to just have like a chain. Oh, why is there a creeper here? Where did this guy even come from? Oh, please don't blow up. Like you just spawned from behind my fans here. What the flip? Now, I mean, this is gonna be just mostly so that I can transport the power over here, but wouldn't it look cool if I just had like a chain conveyor going through this building? So that's what I'm gonna do now. So I don't have a what you call it, gearbox on me right now, which is why I've just plopped down a soul sand right there for now. Is that the same height or is it one higher? I think it's one higher, right? Yeah, I think this is gonna look really cool once I get a building around it. What am I gonna do now? I do need another gearbox, don't I? Or could I just use this in case chain drive? Just be a little bit lazy with it. Shabadoosh. Yeah, I mean, I got power like that, but it's gonna be easier if I get another, what do you call it, gearbox? So, gearbox down, and now we just need to figure out where do I want to take it from here, because I do need a crushing wheel, and I do need a squirter. Now, the squirter doesn't take that much space. The crushing wheel is definitely going to take the most space out of the two, which means that I can just squeeze the squirter in wherever I feel like. So, how about we get the, crushing wheels next? But that does mean that I am gonna need at least 2 more gearboxes so I can get the crusher spinning. Okay, 2 more gearboxes, but if we just plug this on, that's going the right way. Perfectuous. And then if the crushing wheels go like right around here somewhere, I need a off through the middle here, but I want to expand this conveyor belt a little bit. How about that big? Yeah, I think that's good. And then we just get, oh, I want it to be one bigger so that I can have it going there instead. No, I want it to be bigger. Wait, how big was it? That big? Is that the middle? Yeah, that's the middle. Or I could, oh, what the, where are these guys coming from? Hello? They're just jump scaring me, like, what? First a creeper, now a zombie, like, is this game trolling me or what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, if I do that much, no. Why am I so stupid right now? Okay, and now I do that. Is that symmetrical or is that odd number? Yes, that's odd number. Okay. Now, okay, I need gearboxes and then I also need chutes. Okay, gearboxes acquired. Oh, I'm actually pretty scared. Or why am I scared? Because the crushing wheels. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's the sound of crushing wheels crushing it. Right, let's throw. Do I have something to throw in here? I had stone. What happened to my stone? Okay, let's see. Is it working? At least I'm spinning the right way. And do I get gravel on the opposite side? I don't know what I'm gonna get actually. Why is it so slow? Oh my god. Wait, is it not going the right way? Is that why? No, that's going like that, yeah. Why are you so... Right, now maybe you got like launch. No? Where was my stone that I threw in there? Is it still going? I don't know, but I need to sleep. Now, where did my gravel go? I should have had... No, is it still crushing in there? Right, let's... Okay, let me throw like... Is there anything that I can get out of crushing you? No, there's nothing I can get out of crushing you, so... I'm just throwing by crushing it in there. It's clogging it. I just lost my things. Okay, that doesn't matter. Let me just plop down a little chute right there, and then a barrel on top, and then I want to get a chute right there. I don't really care about what's right there. A thing there. Pick those up. Let me get... I need something I can crush. Arrgh. Now, I hope this is gonna work. Are they spinning the right way? I can't tell. It's going so fast. It's like it's going the opposite way. You know when it's going so fast that it goes the all wrong way? Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Yeah, that's definitely crushing, right? Yeah, that's crushing. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, last thing is a squirtamagirder. I need a depot flop with a spout, and then into that spout, I want water. So if I just go like, not like, Connect, please. Nice. And then I go like bloop. Dig a little hole here. Need some water. Where is water? Where is water? I can't remember if the thing needs to be in the water or if it can be out of the water. Now I need to get power there, which means that I need a gearbox going like shoo. Do I have? Yeah, I have wood, so I can make a little cogwheel. Okay, we need a gearbox there, a gearbox here, and a shaft there. Okay, 2 gearboxes coming right up. Let's get the last finishing touches in here really quickly. You there, then you there. And is that water? Yes, that is water. And that is the first part of my little workshop finished. Now I just need an exterior. I'm just gonna go boom, boom, shoo. And that's a roof, by the way. Shoo is a roof. So that's next. But luckily, I've already designed that off camera. So let's get right into a build time lapse of that. Let's go. Ta-da! That is the workshop finished. As you can probably tell, I've added a couple pieces of foliage here and there, and just roughing up the ground around a little bit off camera, just to make it feel more like, tied in with the rest of the area around it. And I mean, if you look at this, it honestly, it's not very like brutalist as like I was talking about last episode, like when I do like this brutalist style. It's like it's honestly giving me kind of like Star Wars vibes with like these like antennas poking out. I don't really know why, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling. And I mean, it is simple, but a lot more. It has a lot more detail than that build. And I mean, that's honestly just because like when I was building my server base, like I did not have like a lot of fun at all, which you can probably tell by like how it's looking. And like there's like 2 sides that just don't have anything. This side and the other side here. It's like it's so like basic and it's like very boring. Like and then compare this, which like looks 100 times better in my opinion, with like a lot more details and just like more love put into it. Because like building this like brutalist style with like minimal details and stuff like that, it just wasn't really like any fun for me. It's just like I'm not thinking while like I'm building like, oh, this isn't any fun. My motivation to build just goes down like 50%. And it's like it's the same as with like last season where like I just didn't really have like fun building the things that I did. Like I did build the things that I built, but it's like it's not like extremely fun. And I had a lot more fun building this. And like building in itself is fun, so I'm not like sad or anything like that while I'm building this. But yeah, this was just a lot more fun to build, and I think I'm gonna lean more towards this style. And it's like when I was said that I was going for like a brutalist style, I was like in mind, like what I had in mind for a color palette was like from white to black and like everything in between, just very like monotone or not monotone, but like in one like scale, you know what I'm saying, from white to black. And I think I'm gonna pivot away from that because it's honestly very boring that to build like that. So I mean, I'm still gonna keep like some elements of brutalist in my builds, but just make them like more detailed and fun to build instead of just uh 2 white blocks, you know what I'm saying? And like this has an interesting shape. It has like cool windows, like pipes sticking out everywhere, and like this is also pretty cool. Now these holes I have here were originally intended for me to be like so that I can ride this chain. Like that's why I have like this like connection point so I can ride the chain. But like your hitbox on the chain is pretty big, so I just end up hitting like there, and I can't actually use the chain. So for now it'll stay like this. I don't know if I'm gonna change it so I can actually use the chain, but we'll see about that. I even have a ladder on the side here to get on top of the roof, if I can do it. Yeah, this is the iron handlebars added by the Create Aeronautics mod. Of course, it's raining. But yeah, I can just get on top of on the roof like this if I need to place anything or fix anything up here. But yeah, let's just talk about. We got the ladder, and then we got some pipes, some things on top here. Just continue with like the theme of what I've been doing on the rooftops here. Didn't really have anything better to put on top here, but inside, I've decked everything out in brass because I just thought, black and gold is a pretty good color combination. And then yeah, everything is just I got the create and case or whatever it's called, so I can put like all sorts of casings on like all the contraptions and stuff like that. Yeah, I just put it on basically everything. I put deep slate on the crushing wheels, and then I also decided to move the mixer and the press into this workshop too, because it just was easier to just have everything in one spot instead of it being like spread out. And I also have a second floor, which I'm probably not going to use for anything, though I might now that I actually can't like take this chain up there anymore, but we'll see about that. I mean, the decor is pretty simple. I just added some cardboard boxes and some barrels in the corners over here too. I'm gonna put a little press here too, because yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, I guess. And then we have, I don't think I've made any changes to the machines as before the time lapse started, though I might be wrong on that. But yeah, I think this looks really good and I'm really happy with the result. And now I've been doing this for this build and for these builds and that build over here, like messing up the terrain a little bit, like adding some like dead grass and some dead bushes around, because like I want the builds that I make to feel like they actually like fit into the like area that I'm building them, and it's not just like something that I've plopped down. Like you can tell that this was just built here to be built. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not actually like interacting with the environment around. So that's also one of the things that I like last season on my survival world. Just is like nothing really felt like it fit into our ability because I didn't do stuff like this. Or like messing up the ground and doing all that stuff. Like I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. So it kind of just, yeah, this just feels like a lot more alive and interactive than what it did last season. Yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this, and I've also like been making some custom just foliage because I don't really like how this biome does it with just placing a whole bunch of these what are they called? Barleys everywhere. So yeah, so I've just decided to like do a little like a lot less of them combined with the goldenrods because yeah, they're basically the same. Those are just a little bit brighter, and then just a bunch of grass. And I think that honestly looks just a lot better like this than just like a whole bunch of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm planning on placing this all around here too, to make the environment around here look a little bit cozier. And then I obviously need to add a path going through here, which I haven't done yet, but that I'll just do off camera because it's not that interesting to watch a path being built. Okay, so it's a little while later, and I've added a little path in and just continued spreading the fauna, no, it's not fauna, it's flora, around, and just, yeah, getting it here and over here. And then just make sure that, like the foliage is like not really like up against here because like, where people walk, the grass usually dies, so kind of like had it away from the path, and then I also kept like the foliage away from under here too. And then yeah, I also had a little path here. I'm not really that happy with it. Like I was kind of trying to like highlight edges of it, but I don't know, it might change later, but don't really have time for anything else right now. As time has ran away from us, we suddenly couldn't start working on the custom terrain that I was gonna do back there, so we'll have to do that in another episode. But hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this. I really enjoyed making this workshop. Yabadoo! Sorry. Norway just beat Brazil in the World Cup, so I'm a little excited. See you later.